y'all, this is driftlessbiker. I am heading out. This is day one of a couple weeks on the road with the blessing of my wonderful wife. I am taking a trip that I've been wanting to do for quite a few years. And this trip unfortunately has been on again, off again plans this spring because of some family situations that so I'm going a little underprepared for my normal, but that's life. Sometimes you got to do that. For context, for my wife, yesterday was our 9th wedding anniversary. Sunday is Mother's Day, day after tomorrow. And our youngest birthday is next week, and I will be gone for 2 out of the 3, and she said go ahead. She's also in her busiest time of the year at work, and she still said begrudgingly a little bit on the timing, but it would have been better if I'd been a little bit different timing, but she understands and appreciates it and is willing and loving enough to say, you know, you need to take this trip, so go ahead and take it. Just go. I am blessed to have her as my partner. The trip I'm taking is one that has some meaning to me personally. I've spent the last 12 years traveling fairly extensively in the United States and in Canada as well. And as a result, I have ridden in 41 or 42 of the continental United States. By the time I get home from this trip, I will be at 49. I will complete the 49 continental United States and BC. I'm going to do it before my 49th. It's a huge thing for me. It's something I've been wanting to do, and I have the opportunity, and so I'm going to do it. It's also very much an opportunity for me to adjust and adapt to some things that have happened in my life recently. I'm not going to go into detail on that. It's family, personal business, and I don't feel like putting that out on the airwaves. We'll just say that my family has taken a hit. We've lost a very important member, and as a result, I'm struggling a little bit, and part of this trip is also grieving. The reason I'm sharing as much as I am is this. In the words of Amanda Zitto from As the Magpie Flies, get out and do the thing. Or from Adam Sandoval, from the Adam Sandoval channel and empire, essentially, at this point. Buy the damn motorcycle. Well, I'm not buying the motorcycle, but I am getting out and doing the thing. As long as you can do those things within your means and not put yourself into horrendous debt, do it. Take the opportunities while you have them, because life is short. We've had 4 family or dear friends that we lost in the last 5 years, and it's taken its toll, but it also has been a reminder to do the things. Life is precious and short. Don't waste it. Don't not do things because you're scared. I'm doing this trip solo, just me. It'll be my longest solo trip to date, and I'm okay with that. yeah, you know, it's something that's very important to me to say is, you know, appreciate your loved ones. Make sure they know what you got to say. But take care of yourselves too. Don't give up opportunities for experiences out of fear. Life is short. Make the memories while you can, because you never know when your number's going to be up. Yeah, so that's the rundown of it. I have a lot of destinations in mind. We'll see how many of them I make it to. I don't have a real route planned because, like I said, we've been through it a bit this last few months, and this trip has been on again, off again in planning, to the point where I'm like, you know what, I had actually canceled it and put it back on. So I don't have it as detailed a plan as I typically do. I'm very much a planner. I don't have a route in mind. I have destinations, but I don't really have a route. I've got a rough idea, but I have things I want to go to and see while I'm on this road trip. And I'm going to get to as many of them as possible. But, you know, we'll see how life goes with it, and I'm not in near the physical condition I was for my Alaska trip. And that will also be a factor, you know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do big miles day in and day out, because, like I said, I'm nowhere near. Not that that would have been a bad trip, but it was the thing that I was after. It'll be interesting. We'll see how much of my goal I accomplish. So I'm covering a lot of ground. I've got 16, 17 days, something like that, and the rough route I've planned is about 5,000 miles. And we'll see if I pull it off. If I do, I think everybody will enjoy, because I've got some really great roads and routes and destinations I'm going to visit. But I gotta make it happen to get there, you know? Yeah, so hey y'all, driftlessbiker here. Just starting out on day 2, which is really day 1, but of my, I haven't really named it yet, but my trip to Key West and beyond. I don't know if I've said that. Key West is one of my main destinations for this trip, but I'm going to get a bunch of other fun things in between. Yeah, getting a little bit later start than I'd intended. It's about 20 after 9. Yeah, such is life. I'm not going to get quite to where I had hoped to today, but that's okay. I've got time. I built in some extra leeway. Nice night in the hotel last night. I won't be doing that every night, but there'll be some nights with hotels, possibly tonight, depending on what time I get to wherever I decide to stop and what I find. If I find a cool campground, I'll camp. If I don't, I'll go to the hotel. Tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow's a day. Today's a road day. I won't have a lot of video just because it's going to be slab hammer most of the day. Probably divided 4-lane most of the day, just burning through miles, crossing in Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, possibly all the way to North Carolina. We'll see. That's a haul. It's just a hair under 800 miles from where I'm at right now. I shot down just a hair earlier than I'd originally planned last night. Stayed in Maquoketa, Iowa. Sorry if my buddy Ed watches this. Sorry, man, I didn't get a hold of you. Just the time I got in, I I got something to eat and called it a day. Just hung out at the room for a little bit and unwound. And I'm on the road again. Oh, beautiful, beautiful bluebird morning. Sunshine, clear skies. Had some showers last night, but hey, it's not a road trip if you don't get a little bit of rain, right? Without that, it is a great day to be on the bike. A little cool this morning, but that's fine as well. I'm just gonna rock and roll and enjoy the ride and enjoy putting some miles under my tires today. If I have something cool come up, I'll roll some video, but I probably won't run a lot of video today just because, like I said, it's going to be a lot of divided 4-lane, a lot of just hammering, probably be minimal stops. I'll stop for my state line signs and a few photo ops here and there, but there's not a lot of even photo op stops for me today. Today's about burning miles. Crossing the old muddy into Illinois. First state line of the trip. And of course there's construction and a mess and all kinds of good stuff, but yeah, that's life. It is construction season after all. At least this bridge is open. There's at least one upstream that is currently closed from a barge strike. And after the Francis Scott Key Bridge, I think they're giving a little bit extra attention to those kinds of things. Welcome to Illinois. Not that anywhere near my first time here, but still Illinois. So state line number 1 in the books. Through Indiana, almost to Ohio. Finally figured out, I think, where I'm going to stay tonight, which will be in Kentucky somewhere. Wait, I'm thinking London, Kentucky. We'll see. Hopefully there's a hotel. I'll check at my next stop and see. I'm at 400 miles today, roughly. 400-ish, a little over. And it's been all interstate. Oh boy. I've got another couple hundred to go. So that's alright. I'm on the road. It's a beautiful, sunny, clear day. Temperatures are fantastic. It's just absolutely what I needed. So I'm not complaining at all, other than, you know, just like everybody else, I would rather not be on the interstate all day. But there's a whole lot worse things I could be doing. finally some 2 lanes, and it actually looks kind of pretty, so I figured I'd roll a little video. It's a detour of sorts, I guess. I'll take it. After 7 hours plus on the interstate, pretty much, I'm definitely ready for some 2-lane goodness. And I don't even care that I got a car slowing me down, because it's just enjoying the ride. I learned the hard way to some extent, but I've learned over the years that I still got to be able to get home. So don't push myself too hard, because if I am busted up, it's a long ways home, and if I break my bike, it's a long ways home, and expensive getting it there. So I take it pretty, not easy, but what a lot of people would not consider my way of riding easy, but I consider it taking it pretty easy for the way I ride, if that makes any sense. I don't ride nearly as aggressive. I try to take it a little easier and a little safer. This is US 52. I live on US 52. Just several states west of here. Welcome to Ohio. So I have now ridden 52 in North Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. Bits of it. That's pretty freaking cool. What? I mean, come on, this is me. Yeah, there's a freaking cool ass bridge over the Ohio River. Very cool. Welcome to, I'm sorry, Kentucky. Welcome to Kentucky. We live in a very beautiful world. We all kind of get caught up in our own little worlds and we forget to get out and see it. This is what I'm seeing on the interstate. How great is it off the interstate? And I'm heading towards Lexington, Kentucky from the north. So, I mean, it's not like I'm some unknown place. Lexington's pretty well known. It's just gorgeous. Rolling hills. Beautiful. And it's not a factor of I didn't know it was beautiful. I mean, I didn't know what this area was like. I've never been here. I've never been to this part of Kentucky. Been to the very western portion, so it's while not a destination state for me, it is definitely a part of the state that I haven't been to, so it's a new experience. I always love a new experience. I would by far prefer to be off on the 2 lanes for it, but you know, today was all about making miles, and I feel pretty good about the miles I'm going to end up with. I'm going to be around 600 miles, 6.5, somewhere between 600 and 650 miles today. So that's a pretty good day. Yeah. Not the biggest I've done, but I'm nowhere near in the physical condition to do the biggest days that I've done right now. Admittedly, it's my own fault. I haven't done as much training as I have in the past, and I'm definitely feeling it. My backside wasn't this sore till maybe 1 or 2 days out of the entire Alaska trip, and I'm feeling it today. Kind of winding down my day. I got about 45 minutes to where I'm going to crash for the night. I got a hotel room, cheap, and yeah, so I'm kind of winding down the day. Oh, find some dinner, a supper, depending on where you're from, and then call it a night, get up and do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow's a whole lot more fun because it's going to be some really gorgeous, amazing roads that I've been waiting to do and wanting to do forever. So, really looking forward to tomorrow. Today has not sucked. The weather's been just phenomenal. Perfect blue sky day all day. Barely even clouds. Just a few little tufts of clouds here and there. And now it's winding down. The shadows are getting long. The day is winding down. I lost an hour today because I crossed into Eastern time zone. For now, I will cross back into Central time zone day after tomorrow for a day, and I'll be back into Eastern time for the majority of the balance of the trip. I'll have maybe 1 day in Central time zone on the way home, but I'm just digging this. This is much more beautiful than I was expecting. This part, I knew I was going to get into beauty. I just didn't think I was going to get into this soon. Thanks for coming along for the ride today.